My name is Charlotte Irwin, and I'm going to be teaching you guys how to make a tie blanket. Have you ever wanted to give a gift that was more than just a gift card? Something that could be used more often than a gift card, because once you use a gift card, it's done? Well, I have the perfect gift for you. It's long-lasting, it's meaningful, and it's pretty simple. So, in order to make your tie blanket, what you're going to need to gather are 3 materials and 1 optional one. First, you're going to need sharp scissors to cut through the fabric. Next, you're going to need a ruler. And then finally, you're going to need your 2 pieces of material. What I like to do is I like to have a patterned one and then a solid one. Now, this blanket that I'm going to be showing you is 1.5 yards long. This blanket is going to be donated to a baby, so it's a lot smaller. This one back here is 2 yards long. This is for like a child, and then this would be what a normal adult one would be. This is 2.5 yards. So you can adjust to who you're going to be making it for. And then finally, the optional is your push pins. I like to use push pins because it keeps the blanket in place, so if a dog runs over it, it doesn't mess it all up. So once you gather all your materials, you're going to need to lay the 2 pieces of fabric down on top of each other. You want the colorful side on the outside. And once it's laid down, what you need to do is you need to make sure that all the lines are lined up on each side. On the fabric, there's a piece that comes like this. You're going to want to cut that off because you don't want the white to be showing when you go to tie it. So once you get all of that done, what I like to do is I like to use my push pins and line them up on the edges. So if something runs over it, like I said, it's not going to mess it up, and it just keeps the blanket from moving. So once you get all of that done, you're going to need to measure 5 inches in from the corner and make a slit. And then you need to measure 5 inches up and make a slit there. And then what I like to do is just cut over and then cut up. And once you get all of this cut out, you're going to repeat this on every corner, and instead of having to measure it out on every corner, you can just use your piece of cloth. So once you have that done, you have to measure 1 inch over from the edge. And you don't have to be precise, because when you go to tie them, you aren't going to be able to notice. And you're going to cut up 5 inches on each one. One side of the fabric is more stretchy than the other, so if you wanted to, you can cut less on one side. I like to keep it even because it makes the blanket look more even, but you don't have to. So once you get those cut, you have 2 options. You can do a fringe tie, which looks more like this. It's not as smooth as the other one. Or you can do a smooth tie. And I'm going to teach you how to do both of those. I'm going to finish cutting this so we have more. And once you do this, you can start from either the inside or the outside. It doesn't matter. I'm going to start from the outside. So to do a fringe, you just basically tie a knot. So you would tie it once, and then you tie it again. And you continue this all around the blanket. Or you can do your smooth tie, which I'm going to do on this one. And the reason I like the smooth tie is since this is for a baby, it's not going to be going into their face. So it's just going to be a lot easier. So you're just going to tie them. This one is a little harder if you have bigger fingers, but if you have smaller fingers, it's pretty easy. What you do is you take it and you wrap it around your thumb, and then you bring it back through. So again, around your thumb, and then bring it back through. And you're going to continue this around the entire blanket. This looks like it's going to take a long time, but to make an entire blanket, it only takes you about 20 minutes once you have it all cut. Also, the side that I'm tying right now is the more stretchy side, so it's a lot easier, but it's pretty easy once you get used to it. So I'm going to move my push pin, so don't stick anyone. And when you get around the corner, when you go to tie it, it's going to bunch up. I'll show you guys here in a second. Like this. Don't be worried because you can just pull them out. And it's going to do that around the entire blanket. And once you have them all tied, you're going to take your blanket and you're going to stretch it all out. And as you're doing this, you're going to want to check to make sure all of the ties are tied, because if they aren't, then you obviously have to tie them. Around the edges, I just pull a little more, and then I pull the strings because I don't want them to come undone. So we're going to continue around the entire blanket. And then as you can see over here, I missed one, so I'm going to have to tie that really fast. And once all of these are tied, then you have your blanket. So there's only 4 easy steps to do this. All you have to do is gather all your materials. You need your scissors, your ruler, your 2 pieces of fabric, and your push pins. Then you're going to lie the 2 pieces of material down. Make sure the colorful side is on the outside, and lie those down. Then you're going to cut along the edges to make sure they're even. After that, you'll cut your square that looks like this out of all 4 corners. And then from there, you're going to cut up your little slits and then tie those, and now you have a gift to give away. And when you give it away, they're going to look at it and it's going to be something meaningful that they're going to like, and it's just something simple, and it's something that they're going to love, and it's easy on your wallet. Thank you.